BNB, we start with 1 hour chart. All right. First of all, if we repeat my last analysis, since the price was within this move, exactly here, we mentioned we can look for continuation. And if we mention if we get any correction, a small correction of flag, we can look for buy. That's why we refer to whatever, these two move. Exactly, this is what we get, and this is what we have been looking for. Okay, now it's turned to a correction. Now we want to see whether this one, still we can look for continuation. That means any correction similar to any of this, we can look for buy. But right now we want to see whether this one can be relative to any of this or bigger correction. Okay, that's why any trade within this move, we have to at least book some profits. And if we put this one in relative to the previous tops, MACD doesn't show us anything. And if you refer to here, we don't have the divergence. That's when still we can expect for continuation. We can look for buy. Okay, any trade setup from now we consider as a short-term trade. And if we move to higher time frame, you move to daily chart. If we refer to our analysis, we mentioned we can expect to get a bigger correction. That's why from now, if we're looking for trade based on lower time frames, any trade with a small flag of correction, we consider as a short term. As long as we get into the profit, we start to manage. Okay, either we get a bigger correction here or higher. Mostly we can expect to get the correction based on lower time frame, but based on daily chart, we can expect the continuation before we get the deeper correction. Okay, we don't have anything. The only thing is we need to know we have a divergence. And if we move to forward chart, even based on forward chart, if you put this top in relative to the previous top, MACD doesn't show us anything. And as well here, we don't have the divergence. The only times if we put this one in relative to that top, we get the divergence. Okay, anyway, as we expect, as I explained, based on 1 hour chart, we can look for continuation. But the only thing is, if we based on forward chart, we have the shadow here. And can we expect this to get the correction similar to any of this rather than the small correction? This is where we need to be aware. And if we look at the chart, we have the running flat internally and we get 1, 2, 3. Okay, can we expect this move already is done? And the next correction can be a deeper correction, at least similar to any of this or bigger. This is what we need to be aware. That's why if you want to look for buy from here, we need to be quite careful. And as I explained, we look for continuation. The only thing is how complex can be. Right now, it's better if this one turn to more complex, because if continue from here, the only way to trade having entry above the top. Rather than that, we don't have any other option. And as I explained, based on forward chart, from now, any trade we should be uh, considered as a short term in case it move for the big correction. Anyway, we just follow the chart. If I see any update, I will share. Thanks.